So Sleepers Podcast is Thursday, May 15th. We're back. Carter, myself. Hi, Cart. How are you?
Good, Greg. How are you?
I'm great.
Are you great?
I am great.
How was your Tuesday?
Tuesday was good. Golf was good.
Good. May I ask what's on your shirt?
This is just like a little Venice cocktail and record bar.
You ever been there?
No,
Is it a real place?
I don't know.
Have you ever been to California?
No.
How many states you been to in your life?
Actually, yes, I have.
Really? When?
So I got flown out there with Mal when we first started dating.
Okay, bad bitch. I see you.
Yeah. No, I mean we collectively got flown out there.
Okay, bad bitch.
Uh, yeah, for a movie premiere. We've told this story, I think.
Oh yeah, isn't this where Jennifer Aniston felt you up or something?
I rubbed shoulders with Courtney Cox, yes.
Okay, so I've been mistelling that story to my friends and family. Oh, okay, I got it. So it's Courtney Cox and you rub shoulders.
The whole cast of Friends was sitting one row behind us in the Chinese theater in Hollywood. True story, crazy. We got flown out. We stayed at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, which is some bougie ass celebrity hotel. And I was a 21-year-old, just turned 21 with my girlfriend I've been dating for like a year. It was sick. It was as fun as it sounded. And then, yeah, we saw Horrible Bosses 2 red carpet premiere that night. I wore a horrible outfit and I touched Courtney Cox's shoulder.
Ah, that's amazing. That's pretty fire. How many Friends characters do you think I could name?
The characters or the actors? Two very different questions.
Actors.
This is a fun bit of Carter trivia. I think you could name three. Three of the true actors' names.
I can name three.
Can you name four?
So you have Jennifer Aniston,
Yep.
you have Courtney Cox,
Yep.
you have Matthew Perry.
Those are the three I thought you'd get. I don't think you have a fourth in your bag.
Uh, what? Ross?
I would have bet you could get the name Ross, but you don't know the actor's name.
Is Ross a Seinfeld by any chance?
No.
Is his last name Goldberg?
No.
Ah, no, I don't know.
Yeah,
Johnny
you
Depp?
got nothing else. I could rattle them off if you want, but you don't care.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. So
Okay,
again, credit to me. I know you so well.
you do, and I wish I could reciprocate. I feel like I should know you better.
One day you will.
Will I?
Probably not, to be honest. We're 32.
Oh man, our life is halfway over. Good God. Good. I didn't like that. Can we get to the YouTube comment of the day?
You're going to die at 64?
If everything goes as planned.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I feel like by then if I haven't done what I had to do, then like what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be playing grab ass for another 20.
I mean, not to get like dark and sentimental here, but like if you died at 64, that would mean that you died when Leon is your current
Oh,
age.
oh yeah, no. Okay, yeah, forgot.
Yeah, you got 20 years of taking Leon to the country course or country club course and telling him good shot after he tops his wedges.
God, I'm not doing that. That's my first thing as a father. I love my father more than life itself, but God, I hate golfing with that man. I don't hate golfing with him, but there's nothing worse than when I'm in absolute hell and he's just the most kind, encouraging person ever. And I just want to put my 9 iron through my temple.
I mean, Luther's a very nice man. What would you expect?
True. Any comments on the fact that I might be nice at irons now?
So, how do I say this?
It's range fake, isn't it?
N- no, I don't think it is. I got to figure out how to say this so that you don't think I mean that it's range fake. Um, your iron swing that you have sent the updated videos to looks fantastic. It honestly looked like you're striping that. What club were you hitting in that video?
I think it was a 7.
How far does your seven go? Because it looked like it went like 210 in the air.
My 7 goes pretty far when I stripe it,
How far? Give me a number.
like 170.
Yeah, you're crushing that. Looks great. So great swing. Looks awesome. You've clearly been putting the work in. And again, you could see the impact. I don't have any doubt that that's translating to the course because, like, I've seen you hit your old irons and just the swing looked completely different. I never had even an ounce of confidence that you would hit a ball cleanly with an iron. And now I do. Like, I've seen you do the swing. Like, I would expect you to do that. My issue is this range videos in general don't do it for me ever. You're not
Hmm.
the only friend of ours that sends range videos frequently. I get those and I'm like, you're at the range.
Yeah, the range,
We're at the range tonight.
range.
Like, because you watch a range, you never see where the ball goes. Like, what am I supposed to do? Be like, ooh, you hit the club face. Like,
For me, yes. For me, yes. That's all that video was about.
yeah, maybe this is me being like the spoiled I live on the course guy now, but like it would hit with a lot more impact if you filmed yourself from 150 yards out sticking a green. And then I saw where the ball landed.
Now I'm just picturing myself walking out with like a tripod I just bought, placing it in the middle of the range, and then I just go back and I'm just like, let me see if I can hit my camera.
Well, I did this goes for like the professional guys too. Like when I see like the good guys or the foreplay guys at the range just putting videos up, I'm like, okay, they're at the range. Like
Tracer.
you can never tell how good someone hits a ball just based on a video of it behind the swing at the range.
Well, it's the tracer. That's what I need. I need the tracer.
It would be honestly, it would be like this, Car. It would be like me filming myself at the Y shooting three pointers but not showing you where the ball went in or did not go in. So all you see is my form. And I like send you a video like, look at my new jumper. Like you would just be like, okay, you're shooting. Like I want to see where it goes, you know?
I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
All right,
It
that's
makes
where I'm at.
sense.
That's where
All
I'm
right,
at.
let me get to YouTube comment of the day
Okay,
here.
okay.
So here's what I want to comment on. Steven Tater Swingle, crazy name. Not even sure that's your real name. It says this is on the Cohen Carr shatters backboard during pickup run, and this is a question I have because he says, "Cool, now Carr is tied with Jack Benter on backboards broken." There's so many Jack Benter has broken backboard comments on our YouTube channel. It's starting to eat at me. Um, are we sleep on Jack Benter?
No.
Okay.
This is one I'm willing to go to war with Purdue fans on. I'm not giving Jack Benter the time of day until he deserves it.
Hell yeah, let's go. Let's
Yeah,
move on.
that's
That's
where
the
I'm at.
YouTube
But
comment of the
before
day.
we go to the Discord comments today, could I do a bonus Twitter comment of the day?
Of course.
So I was joking on the timeline a couple nights ago with all the height measurements coming out, and I tweeted one guy in my wedding party said he was 6'7", and I didn't need a shoeless measurement to know that he was 2.5 inches off. That was obviously a joke about you. You put a picture up of our wedding party after that and said, at Grok, who is he talking about? Fire pick, by the way. Go follow Card on Twitter. But at mbrew87 responded to you and said skinny Greg sighting.
Ooh,
And as a response to Embrew87, I'd just like to say this. I heard you.
heard him.
I'm in mode now. I'm in mode now. All right, give me 2 weeks because I'm in the middle of a 36-hour hunger strike since I saw that tweet, and we'll talk in 2 weeks.
You're not joking either, are you?
We will talk in 2 weeks, Cart.
Yeah, that did hit like a shotgun. I saw that tweet come through and I was like, that one's gonna hurt. Also, that could be said about a lot of people in that photo, to be honest with you. That was in my skinnier days for sure. I wish I was that size again. Should we get to the Discord comments?
Yeah, we should.
All right, let's join the Discord for $9.99 a month. The link is in the description of our Twitter page. You get to be a part of a great community, and also you get to support Sleepers Media. If you want to support us, join the Discord. It's a great way to support us. Make it happen. $9.99 a month. We believe in you. Believe in us. Damn it. Let's see. We are going to start with. We did that. You know what? It was a fun week when I was doing that comments ended thing. I Maynard. Duke has become such an NBA factory that they got Cedric Coward drafted before he could play a game at Duke.
Yeah, shout out to the Brotherhood. Special professional development.
Yeah, of course. War Chant, big extension for Brad and Brett. Thoughts? On our channel, we have long form thoughts on that. Please check it out. War Chant, once again, thoughts on Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson being removed from the banned list.
Free Pete Rose, man. He never did nothing wrong.
What, what did he do? Didn't he like bet on himself or something?
Yeah. So, like, he was betting his overs at least. He wasn't rigging games betting the unders.
Yeah, I've always been team free Pete Rose, honestly. Shout out to Pete Rose. War chant once again. Happy NFL schedule release day. I'm a lifelong Steelers fan who lives in the Chicago area. I go to at least one game in Pittsburgh every year, and most years one on the road. We travel well. The last 2 years I've had Steeler fan base take over Vegas and win. This season I might up for the ultimate challenge of going to Detroit. What recommendations do you have in terms of where to stay, parking, game day shenanigans? I assume it's going to be way too expensive to stay near Ford Field. Hoping the date is one that works for me.
Ultimate challenge is the ultimate sign of respect. I appreciate that terminology. Also, if you're looking for a place 45 minutes away, you found just the guy to give you a recommendation in Ferndale area. Cart can help you out with that.
I got my biggest suggestion for you would be pick another game. Pick a game that you can win to travel to. Otherwise, it's gonna be a waste of money. Steelers ain't beating the Lions, so that'd
No,
be
I
my
will
best.
say, I got to be careful because it's birthday season. But there's some nice Airbnbs in the general area.
Definitely some nice. Yeah, there's nice Airbnbs. I would go Airbnb instead of hotel in downtown Detroit because
Yeah.
hotels in downtown Detroit are expensive as hell. Which is why if you want to save money, you could stay like 20 minutes away, 25 minutes away.
Have you ever stayed at the casinos?
No.
Probably not because you're like from the area, but I was considering a casino stay because I thought it'd be fun. They got like the resort style
Yeah,
casinos down
which
there.
one?
So I was looking at Greektown and I was also looking at just Motor City Casino.
Got you. Yeah, I've never stayed there, but I have heard good things.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see here. T. Steffi. Hey guys, I was going through the Big Ten rosters for the upcoming year, and it seems like Wisconsin's flying under the radar once again for a Big Ten title threat. Greg Gard somehow always finds and develops great wings, and Nick Boyd fits that mold perfectly. Thoughts on them and any other teams in the middle of the pack that are going to be overlooked that could make a surprise Big Ten title run?
I completely agree. I think Wisconsin could finish as high as second in the league next year. I'm not going to have them lower than fourth when my rankings come out, I think, at the end of the offseason. But yeah, I'm with it. I just would push back on could they win the title? I don't think they have a chance to be better than Purdue, but their floor is way higher than Michigan's, higher than Illinois', higher than I think UCLA's, higher than all those second teams.
Yeah, I'm honestly pretty high on Wisconsin, so I think we're on the same page there. War Chant. Is it Javi? The Javi Baez resurgence is something that I didn't think I would see. I am loving it. Fond memories of the good Javi.
Yeah, so I was watching Chris Castellani do his video last night, and it was funny because Chris keeps it real. One of the reasons I like Chris as like a content creator is much like us, he's not afraid to shit on his own teams. Like when somebody doesn't deserve it, he just calls it what it is. It's honest. And for the better part of 2 years, Chris has just despised Javi Baez. Because why would you not? He got a huge contract, was supposed to be some superstar that elevates the franchise, and basically was the worst player in baseball for all of last season. Last night, his performance was special. Two 3-run homers, down two in the 10th, a walk-off 3-run homer. That, by the way, he pimped. That
Yeah,
wasn't just a walk-off homer. That was a pimp shot, drop the bat, let me hear you, Comerica moment. Um, I have a take on Javi. I'm not the world's biggest baseball guy. People know this. I'm very much a fair weather baseball fan. When I know my team's good, I will watch every game the whole year. When I know they're not, I just tune out and wait for next year. And we watch Tigers every night in my household these days. I love this young core. It's an awesome team. I think they have a chance to win a championship in the next couple of years as long as they can keep Scooble on the roster. But Javi is a championship guy. That's who he is. And I think he got bored. I think his soul got taken from him when he came to Detroit and looked around that locker room and was like, dog, all these kids are 20 and none of them are good. And I
Mhm.
think it was lifeless. He didn't show up to the park every day with like a buzz and an energy to him. And it showed in his approach at the plate. It showed in everything. Now that the Tigers are back, we're the best team in baseball, best run differential right now, tied for the most wins. I think Javi is looking around and he found his joy again. He found his life, and now it shows up in his stats. It's really fun to see because we got the Chicago Cubs version of Javi Baez right now, and he helped them do some great things.
I love a good pimp shot too. Is Javi Baez that dude that hit that home run and started like sweeping the mound like with the bat? I need one of those.
Javi is when he's playing well, there's not many more fun players in all of baseball. Also, this is a great chance for me to say this. Alex Bregman, you done fucked up, kid. You done fucked up, grown man. You listen, your legacy is always going to be the guy that cheated to get a title, and we wanted to welcome you into our open arms with your coach who also cheated to get a title, but we're not cheating anymore. We're just getting titles. And you took your talents to Boston, have fun. Hope you get a Dunkin' Donuts or something, but we're gonna sweep your ass tonight.
I love that energy. Last one. All hail the Pope, eight-time champ for those wondering. Who would win in a fight? 100 Americans or 100 British men? A fist fight.
I don't know how to answer this question.
It's easily British men.
I was gonna take America.
Of course you were.
Rah rah.
Right. Uh-huh. Put them up.
Why do you say British men?
I'm
Brits
scared.
versus everybody?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. And look, yeah, aren't you kind of scared of British people?
No.
I
I think
think,
British people are nice.
see, that's the thing. They are nice, but I think 1 in 3 British people are secretly serial killers that at any time could be unleashed.
Respectfully, I think there's a lot more violent killers in America than there are in Britain.
The great, the great American like serial killers, I don't mean like great, like check their stats, like put them on a pedestal, but like the most notable,
Oh, their accomplishments speak for themselves.
yeah, like the most notable ones, the ones with the accolades, they have British descent. Like the son of Sam was British.
The most decorated serial killers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know about that.
son of Sam, British.
I feel like respectfully, like if you're killing in the Euro League, are you killing in the NBA?
But this isn't a hoop.
Right, it's killing.
Yeah.
Like that's like respectfully, Euro League kills per game just aren't necessarily the same as American kills per capita.
Also think British people have more stamina than us.
I feel like you could walk down the street, kill in Britain, and go get yourself a crumpet without anybody blinking. In America, like you look at your neighbor wrong and all of a sudden there's sirens.
Yeah, well, also it's a lot of shooting in America. In Britain, they're stabbing
I
folks.
will say we're cowardly killers.
Yeah, we're coward.
America,
Like
yeah.
they're getting out the mud. If you had the choice to be American or British, which would you choose?
I mean, I think I'd choose America. I'm gonna have a little country pride here.
Okay, I choose. I would choose to be British.
Yeah, we know, but that's also like your archetype would choose to be British specifically so you could be like a dick-headed British guy of your archetype. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It doesn't work like me, average white British guy. No, it doesn't work. You're doing this to be special.
See, but this is the thing though that I don't think you're realizing. And can you promise you won't take this the wrong way?
Oh, come on.
I think you're in America's like 7.2. I think you're a British like 8.7.
I am number one taking that the wrong way. Number two, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's the transitive property of one to tens.
I've never been good with math.
Can we move on? I'm uncomfortable.
That's the last comment of the day. We're all done.
What do you think you are, one to 10?
I mean, like, honestly, I'm all height and teeth. So, like, probably like a 6.7.
6'7", and then you think in Britain, what does that become?
Accent me? I'm a 9.
See, I don't think you have that though. I don't think you're an accent guy.
I'm not.
But you're saying if you had it
If
naturally.
I had one, I would be.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my counterpoint. This would affect both of us, I think. In America, while we're doing number transit properties, in America, we're not fat. We're just like normal sized humans.
Mhm.
If you dropped us in Britain right now, we are obese.
Yeah, that's true.
So that would affect our numbers greatly.
Oh, bloody hell. We get it together, bro.
This show is presented by Underdog Fantasy.
Woof,
Crazy.
woof, 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 mate.
That's Australian.
My fault, bruv. Bloody hell.
Promo code Sleepers, you can get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a free pick. Okay, why don't we get to the show? College basketball next season is a big season. There's a lot at stake for a lot of teams, a lot of people, a lot of coaches, a lot of players, a lot of programs. I want to define the 20 figures in college basketball next year with the most at stake. Define this however you want. The most at lose, or the most to lose, the most at risk, the I don't know, just a pivotal time in their careers, their job on the line, their legacies on the line, their livelihoods, whatever you want to define. Who has the most at stake? People, programs, you can pick. Let's come up with a list of 20 and put them in order.
Oh, okay. Um, See, the order part's gonna throw me off. Can I just start throwing out names that I think people have a lot on the line next year?
I want to go one by one. I don't
You want
want
to
you
go
to
one by
throw
one?
out a bunch. Like who do you think? Who's the first name that comes to mind? The most at stake.
Hmm. Why does Dan Hurley come to mind?
Dan Hurley's one of the first names on my short list.
He has a lot of stake. He has a lot at stake here.
Why?
Because I think people are assuming that he's going to bounce back, right? And I think there's starting to be murmurs that like, okay, like he was really good with Donovan Clingan and those other guys, but like he was not good last year. And they're assuming that he's gonna bounce back and he's gonna be really good this year. What if he's not?
So I think Dan Hurley belongs on the list, but not super high, just because if the worst case scenario happens for Dan Hurley, he's still two-time defending champion back-to-back Dan Hurley.
When does that rub off though? Doesn't that
It
rub off a
doesn't.
little bit?
It doesn't.
No.
No, his legacy is solidified. If he could honestly, he could get fired at UConn 3 years from now, and we would look back on like Dan Hurley dominated college basketball. His legacy solidified. So I
Okay.
I do think he's on here just because situationally, like what's at stake for him is proving he's still atop the mountaintop instead of he's not anymore.
Mm.
Last year was a blip. If it becomes a 2 year blip, he's not anymore. So that gets him on the list, but I think there's other guys with more at stake.
Hubert Davis?
Hubert Davis's point blank, his job's at stake. That's a good one.
Yeah. So that might be one.
Now I'm back to what you originally said. Let's name all the names and then we'll put them in order.
Uh, I think Matt Painter should be somewhere on this list.
Matt Painter's on the list and he might be my number one.
Ooh, a lot of stake for him, huh?
There's a lot at stake for him. We can elaborate if you'd like, but I would even argue there's a bigger Purdue figure that has more at stake than Matt Painter.
Braden Smith.
Braden Smith has more at stake than Matt Painter for me.
Legacy, title, immortality.
Right now, Braden Smith has still been remembered as like the Zach Edey point guard. He can write his own story. He can get his own immortality, but it's going to be up to him, right? Like right now, the Braden Smith era is the era where Purdue wasn't as good as the Zach Edey era. This year, Braden has everything he needs, though, right?
Hmm.
Last year, the conversation was, oh, well, Braden doesn't have what he needs. This year, he's got what he needs. He's probably the preseason national player of the year on the preseason number one team. He either goes down as, I mean, we said it, he could go down as the greatest Purdue player ever with a national title and a national player of the year. Or if Purdue has the same season they had last year, we look at his legacy completely differently.
Yeah, he is. He does have a lot. Like records are on. Everything's on the line.
So can we do that? I think he is the number one figure in college basketball with the most at stake.
I think so too.
All right, so we're gonna put Braden Smith number one, but Matt Painter, Dan Hurley, Hubert Davis are definitely still on the list somewhere. I said I want 20, so let's keep going because I think we can name a lot here.
I feel like I'm naming a lot of Big Ten coaches, but I think Brad Underwood has a lot on the line.
Ooh, I wasn't gonna have him in my top 20. Give me the pitch.
The pitches that he pitched that he was going to be this guy that's just going to be a transfer portal killer wasn't pivoted to like this overseas thing. Is that going to work out?
But
I
as
just think
long
I think there's a massive case that people could turn on Underwood if this season doesn't go well.
and he just signed an extension, so
Yeah.
yeah. Here's the thing for me. As long as they're like a tournament team, I don't think there's much at stake for him. It would have to like really bottom out and miss the tournament for there to be anything at stake for him. Because right now they are happy with him. He just signed an extension. Like, what's at stake? I'm here for next 6 years. Just keep winning, do my thing.
Yeah, I guess.
But we can put him on the list. I don't know. He's gonna be on the cut, I
So
think.
I would put Kelvin Sampson on my list as well.
Oh, running out of time.
Running out of time. This is probably one of the more talented Houston teams you're going to have while you're there.
I like that.
Are you going to capitalize?
I like that. I think Kelvin Sampson belongs near the top of the list for that. I like that. Should we put him too?
Yeah.
Let's put Kelvin Sampson too, because I do think this is kind of
Actually,
like
no, Hubert's got to be before Sampson.
okay, Braden Smith one, Hubert Davis two, Kelvin Sampson three. Um, yeah, I feel like we're entering the end of Kelvin Sampson's window, so I like that. I like that a lot. Um, Other names for me to add, we still have Dan Hurley, Matt Painter, Brad Underwood on the short list. Tom Izzo.
What's he have at stake, though?
Was last year just because of Jace?
Even if it was, doesn't matter. Won the Big Ten by 3 games, and Jace was great.
That was last year.
Hmm.
If
That
this
gives,
up if this upcoming season they finish eighth in the Big Ten like the three previous seasons,
uh,
then it's all the way back to dog Izzo, you did nothing with the roster. You didn't spend this offseason. What are you doing?
that's
Like
true.
all those critics were out. He shut them up because he won. But honestly, I mean the face of it is one
I
and done
was,
left.
see, I was gonna put a Michigan State person on here, but it wasn't gonna be him.
Who is your guy?
It was gonna be Fears.
See, here's my. I'll listen to the argument first. I'll listen to the argument first. What is it?
I just think that like we have hitched our 4 years of basketball to Jeremy Fears, no matter what he has done. And I don't know if necessarily like I think he's had moments, but I think he needs to show a little bit more if we're just gonna commit to this being what it is for the next couple years.
So I like that reasoning. It's probably worthy. My respectful rebuttal would be he's Jeremy Fears. He doesn't matter enough to be on the top 20 guys with the most at stake. Like just in the big picture scheme here. It's just it doesn't move the needle for me like that at a national level. Maybe it should. But like if Jeremy Fears just isn't good, like okay. Like, what he averages this year? Like 7 and 5. Like,
I think so.
so I
Something
don't
like
know. But maybe that's just me being a hater. I don't know. To me, the Michigan State season will be much more defined though by like which one of the two paths is the real current Izzo? Is it the 3 year blip that was bad before it, or is it the year where he figured it out with Jace? I don't know. He's gonna have to pull a magic trick off again, I think, with this roster.
yeah, that's fair to say. Um, is it worth it to put first year head coaches on this?
Yeah, I think so.
I think DeVries has a lot.
Darren DeVries has a ton. I agree there.
Yeah, he'd be up there. And then I would also have a combination of the second year guys in here.
Who?
Pope, Kelsey, Dusty.
Talk to me there because I think everyone's happy with those guys right now. Like I don't really see Pope
That's
and
what I'm saying.
Dusty.
It was a happy year one, good honeymoon phase. How
Yeah,
do you follow it up with your second act?
I think Pope and Dusty are good right now. I would think Pat Kelsey maybe
Because Kelsey didn't win a tournament game.
because Kelsey, there's already a little like antsy
And
of what's going on.
they've been the offseason winner too, kind of by a lot of metrics. Okay.
Let's put Kelsey on, but I think Pope and May got a little security for a little
Okay.
bit. Um,
Does
Speaking of
Pitino
Michigan
belong?
guys, though, so you brought up Dusty. I'm going to do the same thing you just did with you were like, yeah, maybe it's Jeremy Fears. Is it Merez Johnson?
See, I in my head, I don't know if it like if Merez doesn't do anything, then you just like move on from Perez.
So that you and I are doing the same thing to each other's players here with that. But the difference for me is Merez brought this on himself with what he did, with the way he went out, with the way he said it, the stink he made about it. And you still have to see Illinois. He goes to State Farm this year. There's a lot of stake for Merez personally. Does anyone care about it? I'll let you decide on if that belongs or not. But
I think Illinois Michigan fans surely do.
from just an individual standpoint, I think Merez has a lot on the line relative to other players in the country this year.
Yeah, let's put him at 20.
Okay, I'll put him at the bottom of our hit list right now. Right now, our list is only in order: Braden Smith, Hubert Davis, Kelvin Sampson, and then on our short list we have Hurley, Painter, Underwood, DeVries, Izzo, Kelsey, Merez, Johnson.
I mean, I don't know how I'd rank. I'm trying to think of anyone else who would for
Let me
sure be.
rattle off others, and then we'll start to order them. Kevin Willard,
Yeah,
you went out in flames, and now you're at
yeah.
blue blood.
Kevin Willard might be like two or
Let's
three.
put Kevin Willard two ahead of Hubert Davis.
Yeah,
I
bump
think it's
everybody
Braden
down.
Smith, then Kelvin Willard, then Hubert Davis, then Kelvin Sampson. I think John Shire's got to be on this list.
Just expectations of the pro. Oh, Kevin Young.
Duke's waiting. Kevin Young,
Kevin Young.
absolutely.
Kevin Young. I think Patino.
Rick Pitino, based on what he did with this offseason. Now we're just getting into like naming coaches. I'm trying to think of some non-coaches. I mean, there's Debanza here.
I think the Vance is here.
Is Bill Self here?
I would actually advocate for a Flory Badunga pick with a lot to prove.
Why Flory?
Just because I think that he made the stink about going in the portal, possibly, and it was rumors that he like wanted more of a role kind of and more money, and then he basically got that promise from Bill Self.
That's true. Okay. So you got to live up to it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good with that. Any of the high paid like portal guys that have to like live up to something?
Mm.
So like last year, I would say Coleman Hawkins would have been on the most at stake list.
Honestly, does Xavier Lee have a lot at stake?
Ooh, I kind of
Gi-
like that.
Given, he's playing for the back-to-back, he's playing for the defending national champions for coming in a spot where Walter Clayton was just at. And that's going to be your whole year, basically.
I like that.
I think Xavier Lee probably earned the spot somewhere on there.
I like that a lot.
Okay. Who else? Oh, we're not doing freshmen, are we? I know you said Debanza because we're talking Debanza. I think another freshman that is going to have a lot on his plate is the kid that's following up Cooper Flag.
Yeah, Cam Boozer.
Cam Boozer's got to be on there.
I like that. All right. So let me see how many we have right now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We need two more, and then we'll order it all up.
Okay. I'm gonna say one that I don't know if you want to do it because it might just be a personal thing for me. I think Micah Shrewsbury has a lot on the line this year.
I'm okay with that. Pressure's
Like what?
building.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's
And
see
he's got
something.
a 5-star McDonald's All-American now.
Yeah, Marcus Burton's back. Like
Yep.
there is something there.
I like that a lot. We need one more name.
This needs to be a player.
This one might not matter, and it's a coach. It's not a player, but Steve Heichel.
Yeah, Pikel, Tang.
I'm just bored of Tang at this point. I don't care.
Yeah, Pike. Yeah, Pikel.
But do we really want to round off this list with Steve Peichel?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so let's go with somebody different.
Is it PJ Haggerty wherever he ends up?
Or like Boogie Flan, one of the highest paid guys.
I think it's got to be PJ Haggerty.
Think so?
Yeah,
It's not Alex Caravan, is it?
Like legacy talk.
Yeah,
No, it's not. His legacy stamped.
it's solidified or
Yeah,
solidified. Okay. All
yeah.
right. All right. So we have Braden Smith 1, Kevin Willard 2, Hubert Davis 3, Kelvin Sampson 4 with the most at stake. Should we go looking at all of our other names? Hurley, Painter, Underwood, DeVries, Izzo, Kelsey, Merez Johnson, John Shire, Kevin Young, Rick Pitino, AJ DeBanza, Flory Badunga, Xavier Lee, Cam Boozer, Micah Shrewsbury, PJ Haggerty. Kevin Young, five?
Yeah. Also, do you want to sub out Haggerty for Scott Drew?
No, I like Haggerty.
Okay.
Help lead me on where to go next. I feel like
Um,
DeBanza and Painter are probably both top 10.
yeah, I think so. Cool. Are we on seven right now or are we on eight?
Kevin Young, five, DeBanza, six, Matt Painter, seven. DeVries, eight?
DeVries. Did you already say Kelsey?
Haven't said Pat Kelsey. Pat Kelsey, nine. And then we have a lot of players in the teens and 20s. Rick Pitino, 10 maybe,
Yeah.
after
Let's
how
get
he
the
treated
coaching.
RJ Lewis.
Yeah.
11. Let's start to do some of the players. What player do we think has the most at stake? Xavier
Uh,
Lee?
let's go back to back. Yeah, Xavier Lee back to back champs or back. Sorry, defending champs. My fault. I'm so used to Hurley. Jesus.
Xavier Lee, 11. Flory Badunga, 12. We put Haggerty, 13 with his price point. Then I'm going to do the Duke duo, John Shire, Cam Boozer, 14 and 15. For our final five, we have Hurley, Underwood, Izzo, Merez Johnson, Micah Shrewsbury. Put those in order for me.
Oh, Marcus Shrewsbury's 19.
Just go completely out of order.
Yeah.
You wanted Merez 20.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So
then what we have Underwood. What else we have
Underwood
left?
16, Izzo 17, Hurley 18, Shrewsbury 19, Merez Johnson 20.
I feel good about that.
20 figures with the most at stake. Next time we do 10. For our second and third topics today, we're going to look at NBA draft prospects with where they're currently sort of rated or mocked or ranked, whatever word you want to use, and figure out who collectively we think are underrated and overrated. So for topic two, let's do the five most underrated prospects in the 2025 NBA draft. I'm going to pull up a mock draft just to use as like a baseline here. I'm going to use Yahoo Sports' latest mock draft. Shout out to Kevin O'Connor. Who do you think is underrated? Where would you start?
Cooper Flag.
That's crazy.
He's underrated in my opinion.
I think that's crazy.
Um, no, underrated. I think I would first start with honestly, given what I've seen, Yegor Demon.
Mm.
I truly think that this guy would be is should be like a top eight pick, and I'm looking at Yahoo right now. Is at 14. If the Spurs get him at 14, I'm disgusted at what the league's gonna do. But like the size and the passing to me just make it like a good thing for me. And like I think the development is gonna get there with him given his young age. Um, I just think Yegor's a top 10 player in the class.
Yeah, the fact that he's falling like fringe lottery feels like a miss when he's literally the tallest guard in combine history. So,
Yeah.
all right, I'm good with Yegor on the list first. I think most of my underrated names are kind of going to be like deep shots here because I think most of the lottery is pretty properly rated at this point. One guy that we had on our combine winners list yesterday that I think is probably underrated late in the 50s at this point is Chaz Lanier.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think a lot of playoff teams would love to have Lanier like in their rotation right now. And yeah, to me, that's great value. He's going to be a great second round pick.
Yeah. Are we still underrated here?
Underrated, we want three more.
I mean, this is my guy, so I'm gonna go to bat for him. Maxime Renault from Stanford. I I just think what the sorry. I just think that that dude has the size, shooting. I think that he does a lot of things that teams are looking for in NBA centers, and you could probably get him. And I've seen him mocking like the 20s.
Here's my problem. You and Riley are the Renault guys, and
Yeah,
I ranked Renault higher than you guys did
you did.
in our big board. So he can't be that underrated if I have him higher than you guys do, and I'm not even a Renault guy.
All right, I like to cancel that out because I have another guy that I think fits better in here. Will Riley.
Give me the pitch on Will Riley. You have him 12th on your big board, which is way higher than any of the rest of us do. What's the pitch? Why is he
Well,
12th?
I truly saw things from Will Riley that I didn't think he could do outside of scoring, right? Like I was the guy who said he had no pass button. I think he has some creation things. I think that the scoring is there, the shooting ability, though it's streaky, I think you're going to be able to get it to a point where it is consistent. Um, I think teams, I think if we do like a redraft exercise like 7 years down the road, Will Riley's going to be such a different player than he is, where you're going to be looking at it like that guy should have been a lottery pick.
Okay, I can see the vision for it. Just when you say like he truly showed some things I didn't think were possible, was one of them when he shot 11% from three for 6 weeks?
Yeah, I didn't think that was possible either.
I didn't either, and it was because he kind of was really bad for 2 months of the season. So like I get it. He's young. The profile is good, but there's more risk involved there than I think people realize, even if you like the upside. Like he really the whole sell here is like volume shooter guy that didn't really make shots. And I don't like those guys, but I don't know. I'll put him on the list because I do agree. Like if he falls into the 20s, that's really underrated. Like I just think outside the top 14, there's not many guys I would take over Will Riley, even with my skepticism.
That's fair.
So all right, he's on the list. We got Yegor Demon, Chaz Lanier, Will Riley. I'm looking at our consensus big board here relative to where people are actually mocked. I want to put Thomas Sorber on the list.
Would you put him over Walter Clayton?
I would, yeah. I
Okay.
think I so I'm worried Clayton's just getting the national title bump here.
Okay, that's fair.
But Sorber measured with like a ridiculous wingspan. He just told Andy Katz he's staying in the draft. I feel like a lot of people had him like fringe first round, and to me, I don't know that there's a huge difference between Sorber's upside and the lottery centers that are going to go.
Yeah, so Sorber had a lot of moments where you're just like, yeah, pro.
Yeah.
Like, if he came back, he's probably a top 10 pick next season. So, yeah, I think getting a lotto talent later than what you probably could get him in the next year's draft, I think would make him underrated.
Okay, we need one more name here, and we need to do it collectively. Can I just throw one out that is the biggest discrepancy on my board versus our board here?
Yeah,
I have Janai Broom 19th in this class.
that's crazy.
You have him 75th, which is crazier than whatever you think my crazy is.
It's what he does is not going to work in the NBA.
Isn't part of drafting basketball players just drafting good basketball players?
Part of it, yeah.
Can I name some names that you have ahead of Janai Broom in this draft?
Hmm.
You have, let me just make sure I find him. I have to scroll really far down. Victor Locken ahead of Janai Broom, man. Michael Ruzick, Peyton Sanford. He said Peyton Sanford's better than Janai Broom, man.
In NBA, yeah.
I mean, by default, I think he's underrated if that's where we've landed on this. But you're not going to let me put him on the list?
You can. I would not agree.
Well, we need to come up with one we agree with. But I think people are overthinking the Janai Broom thing, and this draft falls off after the top 16. I don't care.
I'll let you have Janai Broom. I know I'm being harsh on him. I'll let you have it.
I want to agree on it, though.
Oh, well, then we're gonna have to because I'm not agreeing. What about a Thiero?
That's actually the second name I had after Broom, so I agree with that.
All right, I think a Thiero is gonna be really good.
Yeah, I can see that. He's looking good at the combine, too. All
Yeah.
right, so five most underrated prospects: Yegor Demon, Chaz Lanier, Will Riley, Thomas Sorber, Adu Thiero, and not Janai Broom, who Cart says is worse than Peyton Sanford. Let's flip it. Five most overrated prospects in the draft. This is your strong suit, being negative. Who you got?
I hate to say this, but it does need to be said. I like him as a player, but to me, little too far in the Con Knipple stage for me.
Ooh, okay. Our three counterpoints here, or counterparts here in our draft exercises. Ralph Riley Dion collectively ranked Con sixth, fifth, and third in this draft class. You and I both have him outside of the top 10. So we are more negative on Khan. I think I share the same concerns with you here of like
Just short, non-athlete, short arms. Um,
not
I,
playing at the combine.
not playing it. Just I'm just And this is, I'd be fine with Khan at like 14. Khan at 6 in this draft is just crazy to me.
Like if you take Khan over Jeremiah Fears,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah. No, just no.
I think there's an argument too at Duke. It was the perfect situation to really optimize and make him look good, which is a credit to Duke, by the way. But like, wasn't every defense all year worried about flag and how do you deal with man at the rim? And like, okay, if Khan beats us, he beats us.
Yeah. True.
It's going to be a little different. All right, we need more. I thought maybe your first name would be Kasparis, who is not a projected lottery pick per our big board, and we're probably the
Yeah.
only people on earth that have him outside the top 14.
Yeah. Conspiracy is up there for me. I don't think he's getting past anybody. I think he's turnover prone. I think he's a non-defender. I think the passing is special. I just see like bench guard and him going in the lottery is just, I don't get it.
You have him 24th, or excuse me, 25th on your big board. Two other people on our team that will remain unnamed for privacy purposes have him also in the 20s. So,
Isn't one of them you?
yeah.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, I'm worried about the closer we get to the draft. I just think there's a lot of downside with Kasparis. I can see why teams would gamble on the upside because if he hits, he hits, but um, certainly not a proven prospect to me. Khan and Kasparis are our first two most overrated. Where do we go next?
Oh, you have any that right away stick out to you?
You know, it's hard because I think you should be looking at the top of the draft, but like I think Trey Johnson, VJ Edgecombe, Ace Bailey are all properly rated right now. I think, Fears, Queen at the end, Yegor are all properly rated. So you kind of have to go outside of the lottery for me. And then you start looking at guys that you just don't believe in. I will say this. I'm not into the Carter Bryant hype train really at all here. I think he's going to come back to college because he needs to. And he ended up 18th on our big board, which seems like at least 10 spots too high for me. I don't think he showed all that much at Arizona, quite frankly. And I think if he returns to Arizona, he won't be the best player at Arizona. So that would be where I go, but I know you like Carter Bryant.
I do like Carter Bryant. I was gonna go towards Nolan Traore. I just think that guy's just not that good.
Mm,
I
okay.
think it's I think it, I think that he's had some good performances, but the dazzling performances are just not looking past that he's in a like I think he's had some absolute stinker performances as well.
Okay.
Like that being your starting guard, point guard. I get it. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm scarred from Killian Hayes of the world, but like I've seen this story before.
I'm fine with Nolan on the list. So now we need one more collectively. I have two names I'll throw out, and let's see if you like either one of them. I actually think Danny Wolf is overrated as a projected first round pick. I don't think that should be a guarantee. I think there's a lot of questions there. And then I have Liam McNeely as overrated. Seems like he's still getting some fringe lottery buzz, and I think he's more of an end of the first round guy. Do you like either of those, or do you want to throw another name out?
I mean, I can't believe. Did you not see that cone drill?
It pissed me off.
Uh, I think I go with Liam McNeely as well. That fringe lottery, I just don't necessarily see it. I, I I just have a hard time picking a guy at that spot. I guess 16 is not awful, but like he doesn't create for himself. He's like
Yeah.
a shooter. He's a shooter connector piece. He's just not a creator. So, um, slightly overrated. I think I'd rather go with that than Danny Wolf.
Okay. All right. So that's our list. Five most overrated prospects in the NBA draft. One big thing presented by Underdog Fantasy promo code Sleepers up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a free pick. What you got today?
I just want Apple and iPhone to know that I heard them loud and clear. They can stop making my phone heat up at random times, not charge, not receive calls, not receive texts. I'm getting a new phone. I'm upgrading finally. I'm moving on from my iPhone 14. It's time. The iPhone 16 is on its way. It'll be here in June. I heard you loud and clear, Apple. Please stop torturing me from above. I understand. Just let my phone make it to the 12th. Thank you very much.
Wow. Okay. My one big thing is once again a choose your own adventure. Only two options today. Do you want something random or do you want me to complain?
Random.
Random. Adults deserve playtime. I think adults need playtime too. Like I'm kind every day I'm focused prioritizing like what's Murph gonna do to play today? What's fun? She's having so much fun. Her whole life, all she is constantly wheel spinning. Like what's the next fun thing to do? And you get swept up in real life adulthood. Obviously, you run out of time. You're parenting. You're trying to take care of things. You're trying to grow your business. You're trying to grow professionally. You're trying to get some sleep. Damn it! But sometimes you forget to play. And I feel like you look around, like we get to go golfing sometimes. That's playing. But like I walked through the playground the other day and it was recess time on lunch. I was walking Murph and Banks in the stroller and I just looked. Car, when I tell you that I saw the most electric game of kickball being played, it just warmed my everyone involved was having so much fun. What I wouldn't give to have a game of kickball right now, to have a catch outside. So this is my reminder. I think adults should have designated playtime. Maybe
I lo-
once a week, it's my hour. Let me go play. Whether that's pick up hoops, whether that's something else, we need playtime.
Love it.
That's the show. We'll see you tomorrow.